All right, welcome back. The phone number, 314-6-WALKER, 314-692-5537. Cameras and chat room, 1057thepoint.com/Riz. On the socials, at RIZZ Show. Your email's rizshow at 1057thepoint.com. Carlie, do you realize you're sitting next to a comedy legend?
I
mean, to your right.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Not you. One of the greatest stand-up comedians of all time, Mr. Sinbad is here.
Yeah. Good to be in the house, man. Good to be in the house, man.
It's nice to have you back.
Man, good to be back, man.
This is your first time in our brand new studio here.
I see, man. Everybody's trying to upgrade.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Everybody's trying to get a carpet in the hallway. I'm looking at it, man, it's just like, it's so cool.
We deserve it, that's why.
I know you deserve it. You earned it, man.
We earned it. We earned that window.
You earned that to look out into the parking lot when nobody's there.
Right.
Because it's too early.
Yeah. We were in a cave before.
We were in a
we
cave
didn't get
before.
vitamin D for
but
like
you gotta
6
have
years.
cave. You got to have a cave early, though. The show doesn't work unless you have that kind of suffrage early.
We know that Sinbad just pulled up in a Kia Soul. That's how we know. That's why we love having the parking lot.
Yeah, man. He made it. He made it.
Well, it's good to see you again. You were at Helium Comedy Club this weekend. You got 2 shows tonight, 2 shows tomorrow. Both 7:30 shows are completely sold out.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Because my people can't go to 10. Dude, you can't. I'm trying to let comedy clubs know. When I do a comedy club, I said, man, you got to do a 6:45 show and then an 8:45. People got to leave by 10. They have to leave by 10. You can't start at 10. My people, because that means you're getting out at midnight.
Yeah.
That's death.
Yeah.
That's death, man.
Although what do they say? The Friday 10 o'clock shows are the rowdiest.
Yeah, young
of
people.
all the shows.
Young people.
Yeah, we're all getting off of work.
Yeah.
Or,
But my
getting
people, they
loose.
sleep. My people have jobs. They're retired, man.
Who do you consider your contemporaries? Who did you come up with?
Oh, man, I came up with, remember, I was there when Robin Williams was around.
Yeah.
I got to see the back end of George Carlin, Cosby. So, man, it's some of the greatest comics ever, man.
Yeah.
It was the comedy heyday. That's when all the comedy clubs hit. So right when I got started, man, Jerry Seinfeld, all these guys, it was comedy heyday. It was comedy clubs. If a club was failing, they put a comedy club in. If a bar failed, they started a comedy night. Strip club didn't work. Strip and comedy. It always had comedy, man.
Do you feel like it's coming around that way again now with a lot of comics being movie stars again?
There's not a lot of them. Think about it. Name 3.
Amy Schumer,
Kevin Hart.
Same 3
Dave
people.
Chappelle.
But Dave's an anomaly. Dave just announces the day of a show he wants to do a concert. It sells out.
Yeah.
So you can't use him as a benchmark for anything. But you think I'm talking about the name of big name stars, Kevin Hart, right? Amy Schumer now. But now you're more known for like doing weird stuff. Like
Yeah.
I watched every special they had on Netflix. All these guys, this guy's he's the next one. One guy, I guess, he had a special because he tried to kill himself. So it's a special about depression.
Was it Pete Davidson? Is that
Was
you
it
talking
Pete? I don't know. No, it wasn't Pete.
about? Oh, it wasn't Pete.
No,
Okay.
it was
No,
not- it was
Pete
not
didn't
Pete.
try. He talked about it.
Yeah.
He didn't try.
Yeah.
Who
this
are we
one
talking?
tried.
Who are you talking about?
Look it up. Just say comic tried to kill himself. Netflix special.
There's going to be
Comes
1,000
Yeah,
hits.
it's going to be 900.
out. And then you have, so there's all these little weird things. Then they had a special, I think Neil Brennan, there was no audience.
Yeah.
And then they had an article like, does comedy need to be funny to be comedy? I said, oh, y'all have lost your damn mind. It's like saying, how many ways can I do comedy but I'm not funny, but find a legit way to legitimize
Yeah.
being a comedian?
But, I mean, you do it different than any other comedian out there. You don't have a routine. You don't write jokes down, do you?
No,
you kind of just go up there.
I
and do
go.
your
I
thing.
have ideas in my head, but it's just ADHD, man. That's the gift. It works for nothing else but comedy. ADHD will get you fired from every other job. You can't hold a job. You have terrible relationships. But comedy, it works.
So, I mean, I bring up like Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah.
He's so scientific
Yeah.
about his comedy and
Yeah.
writes things down and works on jokes and
Yeah.
is nutso like that.
I write stuff down, but I forgot where I put it. So-
See, there's the joke right there.
Yeah, so I do. I forget where I put it. I got so many different apps on my phone. I go, this is a better app. This is a better note app. This is the top note app. I can't remember which note app I put it in. So I have a list of the apps that I have on my phone. So,
Are you like? Is that how you do it now on your phone? I mean, back in the day though, before smartphones.
I wrote on anything. I wrote a nap, but then I would throw the napkin away. I think the writing of it just kept my brain going, but then I wouldn't look at it. And
But
then
just
I would
writing
find
it down kind of helped.
Well, remember our 5 senses. The reason we're giving all these senses, anytime you do something, it fires off the other sense. So if you write it down, sometimes the brain remembers it. So that's why I like writing, because it'll put it into your brain.
But you're also known for going up on stage and going, all right, what do you guys want to talk about?
Yeah, I do that. That's lazy.
But it works.
I'm a lazy man.
Yeah,
Like,
but you've
hey,
made
man.
it this far doing that. I mean,
Well,
that's amazing.
It pushes me. When I say we're going to talk about, it pushes me. Like, I do think, I mean, but I do think I can fix any problem 15 seconds. What's your problem? I do all other stuff.
Huh. So I did 5 minutes of stand-up. Was it last year or about a year and a half ago?
Seems like yesterday.
I
since
think
you
it might have been
mentioned it.
yesterday. As much
I did
as
a
you talk
tight
about it.
5.
Yeah, type 5.
I did a tight 5. And I was devastatingly nervous prior to getting up there on stage because I was there. This is different. I do radio 4 hours a day, 5 days a week. This is,
Comedy's
I got guys to
different,
rely
bro.
on.
Comedy's different.
And
Comedy
this is all off the top of your head too.
Yep.
This is comedy during conversation.
No, but
as opposed
I
to
was
getting up
so
there.
rehearsed with that 5 minutes. I was practicing in front of a mirror with an
that's too
airbrush
funny.
with a timer.
That's too funny, man.
And even though I had everything down pat, I was still.
Because it changes when you get on stage.
Oh, my God.
That 5 minutes becomes maybe 1 minute sometime. Or sometimes 5 minutes becomes 10 minutes. You'll know the audience decides where you go. So that's what I learned. I let my audience take me where I want to go instead of me trying to make me take them somewhere. I said, where you want to go?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Have you ever bombed?
I'm trying to think, man. It's funny. I'm trying to remember. I don't think I've ever had, I couldn't get something.
Huh.
I don't think I've ever had. I always had to tell comics, oh yeah, bomb. I'm trying to remember.
Even when you started out, it seemed to just come to you?
It's the very
Pretty
first time I
natural.
walked on stage.
You had a pretty positive
Oh, I did
experience with
bomb. Air Force Talent Show. Air Force Talent Show. There's an MC category and a comedy category. I lost in the comedy category. I was the only one in it. Because I didn't know I thought I did this Devo routine by being Devo. I had the outfit on and everything. And people were just looking at me. And halfway through, I said, why the hell did I do this? So I finished it. And then in the MC category, my man that played keyboards came over. Hey, man, let me see your jokes. He threw me in the trash. Don't do that no more.
Really?
I said, what? Be you, man. John Salem. I will always remember him. He said, hey, man, let me see your jokes. He said, this ain't you. He said, talk like you talk.
And almost from that moment on,
that was it.
Another example of that is, and I know you know this, is George Carlin. When he first started out,
Yep.
short hair, suit and tie.
Yep, yes.
And it was not working
not him.
for
They
him.
said, that's the way his manager, that's how we got to do it. And he said, I can't do this.
Oh, yeah. When you watch him on
Yeah.
was it Ed Sullivan?
Yeah.
It was black and white, is all I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, skinny
Ed Sullivan.
tie.
Yeah,
Richard Pryor. Remember, Richard Pryor went out with a sweater.
Same thing with Richard Pryor.
Talking about his dad punching him in the chest. And it was like, but it was like, they laughed. I said, nah, man. That dude is telling some truth.
Yeah.
I said, his dad's crazy.
Yeah.
And then we found out later on, this dad did punch him in his chest. He was over. He said he went over his white friend's house, and his white friend was clowning and hollering at his mother. So he said his white friend came to his house. He was bounced on his bed. He said his dad caught him in the air and punched him in his chest. His chest wrapped around his fist. He said, "Send your friend home." I said, "Wait a minute, man. That dude is dropping some knowledge." And later on, we realized his dad was crazy.
Yeah. He was just telling the truth.
Yeah.
He was being him. Yeah.
So you
That's
go up
the
there-
scary thing about Richard Pryor
Yes.
is the stuff that he said really happened.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Well, I just want to get back to you never really bombing ever. So what's a bad show for you? What do you think? What do you think is a bad show for Sinbad? I mean,
A bad show for me.
how could you tell?
No, it was a bad show when you have people you see they're tired, and I said, and I'll just keep going. I said, I know you guys are tired. I know it's a second show on Friday, so what do y'all want to do? Let's just talk. And this becomes like a therapy session, because like I said, they're just physically tired. I said, look, man, you're a grandfather. You don't want to be here. You want to come to 7:30, but you didn't get it. The wife's, yes,
Lesson learned.
I got it. So we're gonna just do a 10 o'clock show.
Yeah.
We're gonna take it. I'm gonna sit down with you. We're all gonna just walk through this.
Let's just chat.
Yeah, but it still works. I mean, my thing is this: it's like playing ball. We hear LeBron talk or KD talk like, "Oh, I'm gonna score. You're not gonna stop me."
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's I think the with comedy guys who've got game. Oh, I'm gonna score. You can't stop me.
Yeah.
All I can do is have a bad game on my own. You can't stop me.
You know, this is your third time in here, and I've watched your stand-up before in every TV show that you've been on and stuff, and you have so much confidence in yourself. Like that statement right there. You just said, hey,
Yeah.
man, I know I'm going to be able to do it, so I go do it. Where did that come from?
That comes from. Remember, I told my son. I remember a man told me, "I can give you all the knowledge." 'Cause I play music too. He said, "I can give you the knowledge. I can show you what to do. I can't give you time and game."
Mm-hmm.
He said, you got to go get time and game. And that means you got to take the hit, take the hit, take the hit. So I lived on the road. So I worked this. I worked every weekend. So when I finally got to where I was at, you couldn't tell me this. I worked it. It's like shooting 300 shots a day. Oh, I can shoot this ball. It's like watching Curry shoot, whether you like him or not. He can put the rock up. And he expects it. He runs down court like he expects to go in. Because if you do something enough times. So now, at 63 years old, I said, I know who I am.
So even when you were doing the movies, were you still doing stand-up stuff?
Yeah, always.
Never stopped?
Never stopped. Robin Williams like that. I think Cosby's like that. You don't stop. No matter what you do, this is what makes me different.
Cosby has stopped.
No, he's still doing time in there. Cosby, wherever he's at, is going to be talking to somebody and is going to be giving out stories, no matter where he is.
Yeah.
No matter where he is. That's true comedy.
Always throwing out bits.
That's it.
Regardless, he's a
Always.
storyteller.
There'll be some guard he's hanging with. There'll be some guys he's hanging with. He'll always, and they'll gather around him because that's who he is.
Yeah.
And that's how he got as big as he is.
Yeah, because he got game.
Charisma.
Yeah.
Do you worry now about people with phones in the crowd?
No.
Does that annoy you?
No. Some comics say if you lock up the spell, they got to lock it up in the bag. They bring a bag. You have to put the phone
what do
in
we
the
say?
bag.
Some of these big
you put the
theater
phone in
shows.
the bag. They put the phone in the bag.
Oh, you know what it was? When Louis C.K., now he's going out and doing
Yep.
stuff. I guess somebody recorded one of his first gigs.
And it got him in trouble.
And put it out there.
Yeah.
And it got him in trouble. But I think that's kind of rotten as,
No, I
as
do.
an
There's
audience
a key.
member.
You can buy a key on Amazon to unlock the bag. So they had. I was doing the show. They said, "Well, someone had just come through. All the phones were locked in the bag." I said, "Y'all can't take pictures." I said, "Everybody had these little bags." I said, "Well, this was." I had a couple keys from Amazon. I said, "Pass around, unlock the bag." I said, "This makes no sense that they're locking phones up."
But it is kind of rotten, though, for somebody to record your act.
Well, if you
and then
record,
put it
if I
out.
catch you recording, I will jack you up. I'll mess with you.
It's kind of rotten, but I will jack you up.
I mean, I said I'll mess with you, but I don't go off. I'll mess with you, but I don't go off.
Yeah, because if you go to some of those clubs, I think the Comedy Cellar.
Yeah.
They say if your
You
phone
can't
is
phone.
out.
No, you can't.
If
have
your
a
phone is out.
No one has a phone. You can't even have a phone out.
If your phone is out, they will no questions asked. They will take you outside.
One woman did. She was sitting in the front row. She was like this. And she had to, I said, "I like that. You're not even trying to hide it." She was like, "This the whole show."
Just recording
I said,
you.
"I love this, man. You didn't even try to hide it." I said, "This is what's gonna break your heart." I said, "You got to delete that." She said, "What?" I said, "Not that I really care. I just want you to hurt." Because you thought you made it. Because you just kept. I said, "The worst part is you thought it's like you robbed a bank and you only had one more block to go."
You thought you got away with it.
I said, "And this it has to hurt for you to learn." She said, "Oh, really?" I said, "Yeah, I was going to say how long you did it. 10 minutes, I'll let you keep it. But you kept waiting for someone to stop you, and you didn't stop yourself. And I'm helping you to learn control."
But you see, how's everybody going to know she went to a Sinbad show?
Right.
Yeah, I think
It's got to be put on
there's
social
no
media.
video, they're not
There's
gonna
no video,
believe
they're not
you.
gonna
It
believe
used
her.
to be, if you didn't go to the concert, sorry, you didn't get a ticket. See, people go, "Oh, take pictures, I'll be somewhere." I'm not. I'm not taking any pictures. I'm there. I'm not sending you jack.
Well, we also learned that you can video up until 10 minutes, and I'll let you keep it.
Yeah.
11 minutes, and it's deleted.
Or if I go to a concert, I take all these pictures right in the first minute of the show, I put them up, and I'll do it for the rest of the show. So everybody can, man, I post it, I'm done.
Well, I was
done.
at a concert. I think it was Guns N' Roses was here.
Yeah.
First time in I don't know how long they were here. And somebody in front of me for the whole show
Yes,
had their
yes,
iPhone
yes.
up recording the whole show. And they were the stage is right there. You're watching the show and recording it through your little iPhone screen.
Yeah.
Prince
Enjoy
said that.
it.
Prince was like this. "Why don't you look up here? You can see more." Somebody had the phone. He goes, "That's cool." 'Cause
You're
nobody-
never gonna
he
watch
used
the
to
video
stop you,
again.
But now he was like this. Toward the end, he just, you know what? He said, "It's a bigger stage up here." He said, "Why don't you quit looking through here and look at the stage? Because you see the dancer, you see the drummer,
course.
you see the stuff."
Yeah.
You're never going to watch the video again.
No, you're
ever.
not.
You're
It's
never
for-
going
no.
to.
And the sound
It's for
quality
your
is gonna be
friends.
amazing, too,
It's for your
so.
friends. It's while you were there. It's not for you. Nobody does anything for themselves anymore. It's for everybody else.
Well, it's because if you tell me you were somewhere,
Yeah.
Picker didn't happen.
Man,
Like,
I
that's
was
the thing.
in.
Picker
Oh,
didn't
like,
happen.
I mean, what's the thing what y'all say? Your generation. It didn't happen.
Picker didn't happen.
Picker didn't happen.
Yes. I said it
Yeah.
didn't happen then.
Yeah, sorry
think
about
you-
that. I proved to Riz that I took a shower last night.
Yes, he's got it. I
From
got
now
that
on, he will
photographic
take my
evidence.
word
No,
for
man,
it. Trust me.
Man,
I think
you
you
don't
guys
want
are-
to know.
I think you guys
You
are
don't
preaching
wanna
to the
know.
choir, though. I think most people don't even understand that it's weird.
Yeah, they don't. They look at you nuts.
Yeah, I
young
think
people look at you crazy.
And you can't educate everybody, so I think it's sort of an
Do this to a young
unwinnable
person.
war.
I was out with some guys eating. I said, "Turn it over, man." He did this. I said, "Turn your phone over." He goes. He started shaking. He started shaking. I said, "Turn your phone over." He goes, "I can't." I said, "What?" He goes,
I can't disconnect.
He goes, "I can't." I said, "Dude, just give me your phone." He was sitting there like, he was sitting, and all of a sudden, we started having a conversation. We're talking, we're eating. I said, "You forgot about your phone." He goes, "Oh, yeah." I said, "That's social media. Social media is not this. This is social media. Social media already existed. This is bull. This
You know,
is dumbness."
there are now resorts that will offer discounts when you go there and you turn your cell phone in.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, there are resorts now where they want
So
you to
buy a cheap
unwind.
phone and give them the burner phone. Give them the burner phone.
Yeah.
Did you get your discount?
Or a
That's
display
game of the
phone.
system.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, they'll give you a free display phone from Walmart.
There are bands now where if you have your phone up, a security guard will take a light and shine it right.
I got busted with Tool doing that.
What?
They'll
Yeah.
shine a light
Yeah.
right into the phone so you can't record.
And I think it was my first time seeing
was with
Tool.
you.
It was 2 times ago, I think. And I did not know that Tool had that rule. And it's not like we were anywhere near the stage.
Wow.
So I literally was just going to do like you do, a stage picture and be done. But it was in the middle of the show, not at the beginning. And next thing I know, here's this. I thought I had to follow the light there for a second. I thought I was done. But it was some security guy going. And everybody around me was like, duh, dude, it's a Tool show. Put your phone down.
And you're like this.
I had no idea.
know, I'm sorry, I'm not part of the group.
Yeah, sorry, man.
I'm not part of the
I
organization.
have a black T-shirt on, man. Sorry.
Yeah.
Are you, as a comic who's been around for so long, afraid of somebody stealing something from you?
Nah, man, take it. I write another one. if you suck that bad, I'll write one for you.
Yeah, because you brought up
Yeah,
Robin Williams.
I want you, yeah.
You brought up Robin Williams, who's one of, you
Yeah.
watch Robin Williams stand up. I mean, the best.
Yeah.
Robin Williams.
Saw him
I mean,
one
high
time
energy.
at the Fox.
Yeah.
He was great.
The guy would sweat, 4 gallons.
Yes, and drink water and then throw water himself. So Robin, man, I would every time he throw water on himself, I'm like this. Oh, I can't do that. He would just pour water on himself, just pour
Cooling
water.
himself down.
Yeah.
But he was, like, for years, he was accused of stealing people's stuff.
No, he's a sponge. This is Robin Williams. As we're talking here, he's a sponge. He hears stuff. He don't know where he heard it from. Boom, and he takes it on stage.
Yeah.
Here's the unfunny comic. Man, you took my Ben's joke. Robin would pay him. I said, yeah, but your joke sucked when you told it. And Robin Williams made it funny.
Yeah.
See, man, you took my Ben's joke. Robin was I'm in San Francisco, and all these San Francisco comics. He's a thief. I said, yeah, he sucks. And all you guys are great. And they're like, what? I said, you guys suck. I said, dude, you took your best joke. You only have one. You have one best joke. And Robin go, I'm sorry, man. And then I learned because I did a show in San Francisco. There was San Francisco Comedy Competition. And then Robin Williams was coming in. They said, Robin wants to do 10 minutes. And I'm like, this is like me meeting Dr. J. And everybody was like, man, he'll do 30. I was like, what's wrong with these dudes? What's wrong with these
Robin
dudes?
Williams is going to be here.
He came in and he did do 30. He did 45 minutes. And I'm like this. I'm giddy.
Yeah.
I'm giddy, man. And then I go on stage and Robin Williams stayed. And he watched me, said, yo, what was that? I said, I'm going to be all right.
Yeah.
He stayed and watched
I
you.
made Robin Williams look. And then my friend of mine called me from New York and said, dude, I thought you was New York. It was Robin Williams doing you. I said, yeah, I made it.
So
I said, yeah.
did
he
he
sponged me.
Did he take?
He sponged
did
me.
he take one of your?
He did a whole little conversation I do.
Huh?
And I said, he sponged me. He said, he'll probably know where it's from. He hears something, and boom.
And in the news today that Conan O'Brien, remember a couple years ago, Conan O'Brien was he was sued for stealing somebody's jokes
For tweets.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was tweets. That's what it was, and he settled out of court because he was like, "There's 9 billion tweets a day, and there's 9 billion comics, and everybody's writing the same thing. So of course we're all going to think of the same thing."
I
but he
still
settled out of
Prince
court.
music. I write songs, but I still Prince's songs.
You may have heard of Sinbad's Purple Rain.
Yeah, I call it Green Rain.
Green Rain.
Green Rain.
Sinbad's Green Rain.
Green Rain.
Well, it's like some of these, some of these musicians. They hear something.
There's 12 notes, bro.
Yeah.
There's 12 notes, chords, melodies. And have you seen the 3 comics who get on stage and they play every pop song using the same 4 chords?
Yeah, same
They said
thing.
this is every song, same 4 chords.
Yeah.
Because you can't get too complex on people. And people think that like jazz is different. Jazz is some more other stuff. Pop music, regular music, if you go too deep with the chords, people like this, I don't know if I like this song, because they need the DGA and E chords. They need that. Make it simple.
It's just everything in different orders.
Yeah, different order, like 1, 3, 5, 2, 4, 6. You just change the order of it, man.
And Conan, when he settled on this thing, said a great quote too, and it applies to music and comedy, I think equally. And he said, being a comedian is an occupational hazard. That when something in the world happens, it presents X amount of jokes about it. Yeah. And he goes, and with 1 million brilliant minds, many of them are going to think of the same joke.
You just don't want to be the. What you want to do? You want to get it out first. That's what can claim. Like if I'm doing a show, something happens, I don't let a lot of comics open for me because I don't want them to burn through, especially if they do it bad. Yeah. So you just burnt through this thing that could have been 8 minutes. You told this terrible joke, and now you're the last one on that night.
You want to plant your flag.
You want to plant your flag.
Yeah, and I think that's what this that's what he was talking about with the occupational hazard is. Somebody says, "Oh, here's a timestamp on my tweet that's similar to your joke that was topical," and I'm going to sue you.
You did a joke about a car going downhill, and I do. Everybody knows I'm known for the downhill car joke.
That's mine.
And you, oh man, I was when I first started as a comic. Hey man, if you're open for me, don't talk about relationships or weather or anything that happened in the last week.
Out of here.
And that's exactly what I would talk about. I was kind of that jerk.
That's not all. That's
man, if a comic did that to me,
so weather's off limits.
Hey man, if you couldn't talk about relationships, I said cool, and I would go up. I say, hey man, I'm not supposed to talk about relationships, and I would do a whole thing about relationships. I said, but we can't talk about that. And the guy looked at me like this. I said, be funny, man.
Yeah.
Just be funny, man.
Yeah. You look at him and go, when you're opening for me in a year, I'm going to say this crap to you.
That's so when people for me, I said, like, man, I mess with young comics. I need you to not do your funniest stuff. Whichever your routine is, if you not do that, but do the other stuff, the stuff you don't do because it didn't work. If you could do that instead of the stuff, because I watch you online, I know what you do. Don't do those. Do something else.
And what do they say?
This kid was struggling to not do his material.
So, and you let him go on stage?
He was on stage, and I walked on stage.
Oh my goodness!
Said, why would you listen to me?
Because you're Sinbad, and you've been doing this forever.
In the middle of the routine, I said, dude, don't respect anybody. I said, I was trying to teach him, don't over-respect anybody because most entertainers are jerks.
Yeah, but we're all wanting advice from the guys that have been there and done that.
Yeah, but sometimes you got to filter it out. I said, I think this dude's bipolar. You'll get advice, and you're like this, I don't think this is good advice. Say, I do this whole thing. Yeah, okay, yo, man, this dude. I'm not going on the road with him.
I mean, speaking for my generation, when Sinbad says jump, you jump.
Of course you do.
Of course you should.
But see, that's the whole point. I'm trying to teach him not to jump. So, like, the comic used to own for me, now he's got his own show on BT. And it was like working for Sinbad. He goes, man, now I mess with him. But back in the day, when I first started traveling, I said, man, if you over-respect me on stage, I swear to God, I'll hit you. Because I keep a comic on stage with me during my routine. I'll keep the guy open for me on stage. Yeah. And we'll just riff during my show.
That's awesome.
He said, man, I felt uncomfortable. I said, why'd you stay on stage? I said, you can leave. He goes, what? I was trying to teach him, don't ever over-respect. You can respect, but don't over-respect.
Have your own thing going on.
I did that with Cosby, man. Cosby said, man, look, we're going to do, when Mike Tyson, did the biting of the ear, and he was in Vegas. I was doing my show. He said, come over. I got a show to do. Come over. But I have a show to do. So I came over. He said, can you do your Mike Tyson joke? I'll do mine. He said, I swear to God, if you do your best one, I'll know. Huh? He would get mad. He said, don't you act like you need to just pat it for me. Do your best.
Do your best.
See, Cosby was scared of no one. He wanted you to fire on all cylinders. Huh. And he'd take it up another level.
Was he the greatest comic you ever saw?
One of the most brilliant minds.
Who was the best comic you ever saw?
Cos, Robin, Richard.
In that order, or just?
No, those are three. Like you say, it was the best. LeBron, Mike, Dr. J.
Different level.
Different levels.
Different level.
Let me put it away. They all came in their own cars.
Yeah.
They all came in their own lane.
Yeah, I'm going to take your advice, and Riz, I'm leaving at 9:55 today.
Yeah, man.
But I pay you to
I'm
10.
just going to leave at 9:55.
I'm going to be my own person. Sinbad
you
said.
don't say when you leave 9:55. You just start gathering.
and then the boss goes, what the hell are you doing?
What are you doing? He goes,
don't talk to me.
And you say it's 9:55. They don't know what that means. See, the key, when you have ADHD,
don't tell him that.
Dude,
tell me the key.
You know how much stuff I got away with? Like, what are you doing? I got to go. What? I think did I tell you last week? Because people go like, oh, he must have. You can mess with people I mess with people all the time.
Yeah.
This is one guy I can't really mess with.
No. I prefer
It's an unfortunate truth.
I prefer you not.
Carries a gun.
Before we let you go, and it's Helium Comedy Club this weekend, 7:30 and 10 o'clock, both nights. 7:30 show sold out for both nights.
Yes.
We were talking about the Mandela effect earlier.
Yes.
Having to do with everybody thinking you were in a movie called Shazam.
I know. But I'm in Aladdin.
Are you in the new Aladdin?
I'm the new one.
Or are you starting that?
Yes.
You want to start this rumor?
No, I am in it.
That's not how the Mandela effect works, man.
No, I am.
So the Mandela effect is, as we talked about this earlier.
I am Aladdin. They cut Will Smith out.
It's memory of something that's not real. For some reason, people think you were in a movie called Shazam, which is, first of all, the movie's called Kazam. It's from the 90s. And you weren't even in it.
Different
I was in
movies.
Shazam.
The new Shazam?
Yes.
I saw the new Shazam.
I am Shazam.
He's doing what he told us to do.
See, even Carlie, I said, Sinbad's coming on today. She goes, I loved him in Shazam.
But see what you do? If you say you do it, they go like, no, he didn't. If I say I didn't do it, when I kept saying I didn't do it, they wouldn't believe me. I said, yeah, I did Shazam. I said part 1 and 2. They go, oh, yeah, wait. I'm like this. Instead of fighting people, if people keep fighting you about something, man, did you go to the party last night? I didn't go, I saw you there. I swear I was. If you just say yes, now they go like, wait, maybe you weren't. If you fight with people by saying no, you never win. Just say yes.
Why did that start? Like, why do people think that you're in a movie called Shazam from the 90s?
I started.
It's such a popular.
Now I don't know if I believe him.
It's such a popular
believe
rumor.
anything he's saying now.
You're getting royalty checks for it.
I started it.
Why would you start that rumor?
Because I wanted to do this Shazam.
And it worked out for him because he's.
I knew this Shazam was coming, but I didn't get the part.
It's just such a weird thing, like a random. All right, Kazam, Shazam.
Okay, how about this? What's even crazier? People don't remember seeing me in Training Day. I was in Training Day with Denzel.
You were in Training Day?
Yes, the scene where me and my man Glenn are sitting there. Remember, he's talking to his guy who trained him. So I'm the guy go like this. Yeah, they cut me out. Look at Denzel. He looks over.
He's looking it up. Look it up.
That was me.
I'm trying to find it.
Look, Sinbad.
That was me.
Sinbad.
Credited as off-camera guy who Denzel
I want to
looked
see a
at.
picture on that screen.
Yes.
Okay. When I bring it up, this is what comes up.
Put it up on the screen.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
Yes.
That's you on the People's Court.
I replaced Judge Wapner for a year.
Now I don't know if he's lying or not.
I
You
can't
saw the
tell
picture.
either.
You saw the picture.
Oh, okay. Here he is. I found him.
Yeah.
There you are, right there.
That's Sinbad.
No,
he's looking at Sinbad.
Look to the right. That's me.
He just pulled up a picture of
When he
Denzel
does
Washington.
this, I was the
Who do
one
you think he's
talking to him. I was the one. I was right up to his right.
He's looking at his.
Why else would he do that?
Why
Why else would he look like
Why
that?
else would he
Who
do that?
does that?
Okay.
Have you ever just done
There's
this outside?
you next to Denzel.
No,
That's him in Jingle All the Way. That is really him.
Darn it. These are the pictures that are showing up when I put in
But look,
Sinbad Training Day.
No,
movie.
put it back up there. The one that's Denzel on the other side of me.
Oh, yeah. I
Who do you
see.
think
Right
Sinbad's
here.
looking at?
That's
Denzel.
Denzel. So I cut him out of my movie, so he cut me out of his.
Makes total sense.
Yes.
Here you are in Titanic. Leonardo DiCaprio's looking at you.
When she was like this, I said, jump, damn it.
Yes.
She was like this.
Here, right?
I said, jump, damn it.
You were just
yes,
off camera.
I said, jump, damn it.
Yeah.
But they said,
James Cameron cut you out of the movie.
we had some issues with James. I had issues.
Makes total sense. Sinbad, everybody, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Anything to plug? Podcast or?
Yeah, I got podcasts, A Blurred Empire. My son, we talk about everything black nerds. We talk about everything from the black nerd perspective. On the Road with Sinbad and Breakfast with Sinbad.
We do have a gift to give you.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, damn.
Oh,
Yeah,
Scott, bring it in here.
It's our most.
Oh my God! Thank you so much.
It's our most important.
I was hoping I'd get something.
You got something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Oh my
hoping,
God!
man.
Thank you, Moon. I almost forgot.
know. This is a.
Thank goodness
Yeah.
I didn't
We've
know
been
she was here.
Setting this up.
Sinbad, since this is your third time on the show, you get the third timer certificate.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Which is a rare
reminds me to
achievement.
brush my teeth. I like this.
It does have a
So-
tooth on it. For
Yeah,
some
this
reason.
reminds you to brush your teeth.
That is a third timers club
Man.
certificate
And
made out to
framed.
Sinbad, framed, and we will need the frame back. Just
Is this
so
a
you know.
black kid or white kid? Is this like a It's a Merkel.
Ambiguous.
That's actually
Yes.
Denzel Washington.
Oh, the two. It's Denzel as a baby.
Yes, but we will. You keep the certificate. We will need the frame back.
Man, you had the worst signature ever, dude. You have.
I know.
Those are
Dude, you
Z's.
cannot pass.
It's
you can't go to the bank. If you go to the bank, you will not get your
Should have
check.
been a doctor.
You will not get your check cash, bro.
Can we also plug Sinbad as a fashion icon? Because
I
I
am.
do have a photo of you
Yes.
and myself almost 3 years ago, and you're wearing the exact same outfit
Wow.
down to the
No,
towel.
this is different. This is a different Nike shirt.
But everything else you can confirm
And
is the
no,
exact same.
No, it's not. Look at the ankles. And
What
look
about
at
the towel, though?
Look at the ankles.
Tell me that ain't the same towel.
I got
Hey,
I have
look
two
at his
of these.
ankles. He's got
Look
great
at
ankles.
No, look. What do you see here?
You know what? You're
What do you
proving
see
me
here?
wrong.
You see ankles, right?
But I also
These
see that
cover
hat
the ankles.
and that
I have
jacket.
27 pair of tights.
And they say
I-
Sinbad best ankles in the industry.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. That's
Known
why you've
for
been
that.
around for so
Yes.
You
long.
are known for your ankles.
Yes.
I remember the first
Matter
two
of fact,
times
everybody
you were
knows.
here, you had
I
tights
have
on.
I have 100 pair of the tights, shorts. I wear this everywhere. That way, if I got to go to the gym, I'm good. If I go to a funeral, I'm good. If I go eat dinner,
Just in
I'm
case
good.
the softball game breaks out.
This is it. I wear basic black for death and happiness. You see, those are the ones that then go to ankles. I found out the ones that go over the foot.
See,
I'm proud of
Carlie,
you.
duh.
Duh.
Silly
See?
me.
So you have faux pas. A fashion faux
Still a
pas.
fashion icon.
I wore this to the
Absolutely.
Met Gala.
Carlie, by
Very
the way,
camp
was
of you.
also in Kazam.
You were.
I
She was in
was.
Kazam. You were in Kazam.
I was the
Kazam,
friend
yeah.
of
Shaq,
the
right?
little girl. Yeah.
You were the
no.
little girl then, right?
That's
I was
right.
the friend.
Yes.
I also got cut out of the movie.
I saw that twice in the theaters, by the way.
Yes.
And that's a fact.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sinbad, everybody.
Yes.
Stephen Helium, thank you.